So yesterday we looked at the negative side. So the four things. What if, okay, what if I can't do it? Let's say I understood, but I am troubled by the fact that is it something I need to do all the time? Is it something I need to do sometime? Or should I separate it? Or how should I do it? It's a first doubt what I get. Let's say that even the doubt gets clarified. Then I understand it is not feasible for me because I'm not able to see. As an example, it's easy said than done that when you see a person, consider him to be food. Agree, that's right. Yes, I can see this person is coming from food. Agreed. Completely agree on that statement. But when I see the person, the food is gone and the person appears. That's a problem I have. If I was able to see it as food, didn't have any problem at all. I understand it works. But I can't. When I'm hearing this, I feel it is possible. But after this call, if I try doing it, not able to do it. I don't know how many of you tried yesterday and able to do it. If you were able to do it, it's good. But what if you're not able to do it and you're just listening to me? So anyone having challenge? At least in my case, I can say, if I were you, I will say, I can't do it. Let me be honest. It looks good because the symbolization has to be removed. Agreed. Nimitta. And no description. So what should I do? What do you think I should do? That sutta is good. Agree. And I can also say that the way you are explaining is also good. But I can't do. Or are you able to do? Is my question. Now I'll ask you another question. Are you able to do? Let's say Chirag is sitting next to you, Harry. Can you see him like a food? Or the other way around? The face, the skin is mud, and the beard, what he has, is grass, actually. And he keeps on moving it by cutting it, actually, in real sense. It's not his. Just like you mow the lawn, you'll mow the lawn here. Is we can call that lawn symbol, nimitta, as beard, but they both mean the same. What do you think? So can you see Chirag as no Chirag there? Or the other way around? I don't know. I don't know whom am I asking, but this is what it is. So if you can't see like that, then it will not work. Meaning see like that means really see like that. Really means in real, not perceived. Sorry, not imagined. Actually, there should be change in perception. So I'm perceiving you as Aryu and a person sitting next to you as Chirag. That's my perception. So I made a symbol that this kind of mustache with this beard and this hair is Chirag. If a single combination is removed from there, I have I struggle. Okay, there's a little bit of struggle to recognize. That means cognize it as Chirag. And then Chirag will say, "Sir, it is me." Then I want to update. So what do I do? I'll ask Chirag, "Why did you shave?" That's the question, which is again animitta, perception. So for that, he would reply that I just wanted to shave. Let's say he shaves his mustache and beard and head, all the three. And he wears some baseball cap, which I've never seen wearing the cap. Okay, and then he meets. Can I recognize him in airport? The likelihood is nil, not possible. Only through his voice I can make out it is Chirag, not by facial. And let's say he becomes pretty lean because he eats little. So one, he's lean. Two, he doesn't have hairs. Three, he doesn't have mustache. Four, he doesn't have beard. These things which makes me Chirag is not there. Now, for some reason, Aryu, you come as it is, and he comes in a baseball cap. And I've never seen him wearing shorts, and this time he wears a Bermuda kind of short as though he's come for a beach wear and some colorful beach wear t-shirt. What do you think I will do? There's exactly no perception at all. No, can't even imagine that is Chirag. So what do? I will talk to you and I will say, huh, are you have an Indian friend? And you would say, no, that is Chirag. Who Chirag? Same Chirag whom I had met earlier. What? Is that you, Chirag? And he says, yes, sir, I'm Chirag. So first impression is, why did you do this? Right? And because that's the update. I need to have my database updated with this new structure. And on top of that, he's pretty lean. Not that he's fat, but he's totally shrunken. This one way. Or he keeps on eating a lot and he becomes, the body is huge. Then in both the cases, I can't accept that it is Chirag. Okay, so it takes a time for me to update my database, and once updated, then I'm normal. Now, this is the thing I need to watch. That means I can't accept anyone if there is a change. And hence, I had to do animitta. Okay, that's so now the question comes, what if you're not able to see the next person sitting with you is just food? I don't know whether Bobby was able to do it. He was there for a long time with Merin. and he started seeing Marine as just food, and Marine started seeing him as just food, and Mrityunjay on video was able to do the same thing with Veena, and Veena was able to do the same thing with Mrityunjay. If yes, the very moment you become compassionate, because the senses don't take the consciousness out. And now there is relief. That's the first relief of suffering, apart from sila. Okay. So I'm not too sure 17 people sitting here, not on video, did they ever get this far? Or they just heard it and thought that, okay, it's good sutta, so one another one. So that's a practice. And hence you need to do it the whole day. So what's the answer? Now I can't do it. What do we do? Is there any other way to say it?
So can I say something?
What's that?
Can I say something?
Yes, Kalpana ji, go ahead.
So when you were explaining yesterday, Vinodji's answer, no? Vinodji's question.
Mm-hmm.
So that time you were explaining the Akash and all dhatus, and when that person moves from chair, so there also you can see the movement of that knower rather. So, but the Patvi Apo Tejovai was not moved at all. So Patvi Apo Tejovai remains there. So now the question, today's question is, can you do that? So when attachment is there with any perception, so that attachment has to go for that. So if the attachment goes as a first perception, then you can see what you are saying. That person is just ahara. I think that is the attachment is very important in this case.
No, that is correct, and that's the reason you need to do animitta. So my question now is,
So that's what I'm saying. If you are not attached to any perceptions, then it is very easy to do that. So first, I think you have to remove that attachment with that perception what you have made of that person or anything, not a single other person, but any object or anything. So the attachment makes it very difficult. I think that is what I learned. I mean, doing this.
got it.
Because yesterday suddenly when you were answering that question, that Vinodji's question, no, suddenly I realized the thing that made me very happy also. And I'm seeing since last night, I'm seeing everything like that only. So it makes very easy to remove that perception, and you can see everyone is just a food, or what you will say, patvi apo tejo vayu, or you can see just mitti. All the dead things are just mitti only. And the live person, if you want to see, only ahara. If he's ahara for somebody, or he can be just matlab comes from ahara, live things. So that I understood yesterday. I don't know whether I'm right or not, but I'm doing that.
No, why do you feel you're wrong?
No, I'm feeling very confirmed that I'm very correct. Yesterday, when we had a group discussion last night after finishing your class, So I was telling my Vishtai that I just got that. I don't know. So you have to make me. I mean, I want to confirm it just because that is. I don't need it because I'm seeing that way. But you were just asking same questions today, so I just wanted to answer it that way.
No, it's
I
fine.
don't.
It's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. So it's like this. Now I'm sitting on this chair in this room, but the room has taken space. The space has not taken the room. You should see what has taken what. Room has taken space. That means if you construct a room, that much space is taken. If you were to break the room, the space is given back. Now, this body also has taken space. As the room, so the space. As the body, so the space. So it is just space. That means if I move from this room to the next room, does that mean the room is also moving along with me, or the space is also moving with me?
No.
No, not at all. And in that sense, is Patvi moving along with me? No. Is Apo moving along with me? No. Is Tejo moving along with me? No. Is Vayu moving along with me? No. They just stay here. Doesn't matter where I go. I might go to that room, or I might go outside the house. In the same way, when death strikes, Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu remain where they are. They don't go anywhere.
Yes, that is. Yes,
Have you
I got that.
seen the body flying away somewhere? No, the body is left behind. Have you seen nose getting completely closed? No. Have you seen ear getting closed? No. Have you seen mouth getting closed? That means all the holes stays back. They don't go anywhere. Okay. Now there's bloating of the body. Why? Because of gas. Why? Simple. So when Chirag comes to the airport and then he shaves off his head and mustache and beard and lean, does that really mean that he gave up Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu in any way? No. If he eats less, he takes less space. If he eats more, he takes more space. That means he doesn't take space. The body expands and the body contracts. So there is no person out there becoming fat. Even though I ask Chirag, Chirag, how come you have become lean? Actually, that's just a language. He is not lean at all. Neither he is fat. It's the combination of fluidity, that is, when they check the bone mass is Patvi. Then they calculate water mass, Apo. So if you take all the parameters which are there when they check BMI, body mass index, it takes everything into consideration, which is non-person. You can't measure the person and say that this person is this much of weight. It's the body weight. Is there a possibility the person weighs? No. Now, the second question. If the consciousness were to depart at this moment, let's say he was 60 kgs before death, will he become 30 kgs just because that consciousness has departed? No. The consciousness was able to lift 60 kgs, but without that consciousness, nobody can lift it. So now instead of that person lifting it, now there are many people who have to lift it. Can be a dog, can be a buffalo, can be a cow, or can be human. Same. That means there is no dissipation of elements anywhere. They exactly remain the same. So, in the same way, atoms which are there, they exactly maintain the state. Whether it's in stars or in quasars or in supernova or in planetary formation, they don't change at all. Meaning, the atom which was there in the plant 1 second is now in the body. So, did the atom move from plant to human body? No, it didn't. It didn't move an inch. Actually, even if you read science, you would find out the number of molecules which makes it water, H2O, is not going to change. The pH level of water is 7. Can it change to something else? No. So you can't say it is mine, because what was in the plant few minutes ago seemingly is there in this, and whatever you see that it is there in this gets transferred to the next person. There's no person. It just moves from seemingly moving from here to there while there is no movement at all. How do you prove it? That's the question I'm asking. If I am in this room and I move out, does that mean the number of atoms which are there here has also moved along with me? No. Simple. That means the Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu in this Akasa stays here. And I go to that room. And that room's Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu is there in Akasa in the same way. It doesn't matter whether I'm here or if I'm there. There's no here and there is no there. If you see like this, then the senses are cut completely. That means you can't enjoy sensuality at all. Because for to make up the senses, you have to make a nimitta. Otherwise, there's nothing sensual. As an example, when I come to New Jersey, there should be New Jersey in the first place. At least there should be something called New Jersey. And I have no idea what was old Jersey to have a New Jersey. Because if something is new, there should be something old. I have no idea. I think somebody who studied American history would know what is old Jersey. And what is Jersey? That means there should be some Jersey to have an old Jersey, and then it got changed to New Jersey. So the Jersey, old Jersey, New Jersey are just conceptual. Not a single atom got displaced when it became Jersey, nor old Jersey or New Jersey. Fair. Now I land in New Jersey. That means there should be some York, right? If I call New York, that means the old York should be there. There should be York. I have no clue what is York, let alone New York. So what I see is this is mental concept, does not fall on physical at all. It's completely independent to what the number of atoms that make up New Jersey is exactly the same, which it was old Jersey, is exactly the same, it was Jersey. It didn't move anything. Nothing happened there. Except that I'm going to experience New Jersey in the mind. Like Brisbane, like whatever. There's no Brisbane, by the way. Like there's no Sydney. You can name whatever you want, it doesn't matter. So, if you date back, go back and back and back and back, you would find there's no continent called as Australia, and neither any continent called as America. Never. So if you apply Yoniso Manasikara, you will find there is nothing called America at all. Forget about what you name it. I don't care. There's nothing like that. And the same way, there's nothing called as Australia, no matter how you pronounce it. It's language. So your experience and my experience is language experience. That's it. There's no real experience. That means when I say land, how can I land on the land which is already a land? I'm saying I'm landing in next 10 minutes. Let's say I have internet and I message Avanti saying that a flight is going to land in next 10 minutes. And she messages back, I'm already in the airport. Now that you can talk on internet, so I just message her and she messages back to me that we are waiting. Waiting where? In the space. You got the point. The earth is in space, is not on land. It was never on land. And it will never be on land. That's the reason it's called space. That means space can never be conquered. It can allow Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu to stay with it. But you cannot say, I conquered space, because space is infinite. It's only the Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu makes it seem finite. And hence it's called infinite space. The fifth jhana, what we're talking. And hence, Kamaloka is destroyed completely. And also the Rupaloka. So the perception of New York is completely erased. That means when I meet Avanti and her family, I can see them as only Patvi, Apo Tejo Vayu, or as food, which is true because food has these four elements basically. So they're eating the same food as I am eating the food. So did I fly from Bangalore to Frankfurt to Newark? And the answer is no. Why? Just because I sit in this seat and I move to that room and then I go to the airport and I sit in the plane and I land in Newark doesn't mean that I moved. It didn't. So the mind is stilled. Why? Because Bangalore did not exist for me to go to Newark. Because if Bangalore exists, then Newark exists. Then you might say, what about the time you spent? Where? If there is nothing to be taken in space, can anything be said about time? Because time is relative to space. As much as the space occupies, so much is the time, and time is relativity. Refer to Einstein's relativity principle. You would get it. So your measurement, where from whichever point you measure, that's a place it's related to. As an example, you're standing here, or I'm standing here on my terrace, and I see a plane flying. It's flying at 1,000 kilometers an hour. But it seems like it is just flying slowly. And from my home, I can see International Space Station. Something is going like this. It's going much faster than a plane, an airplane, but it looks slower than an airplane. I see airplane going faster. In fact, I see dog running faster than an airplane, right? If I ask Maya to run, she will run faster than the airplane. Airplane which is flying on top, and Maya, which is Bobby's dog, will run faster. Why this kind of perception change? It's because of theory of relativity. So you observe, your observation is to the level of relative space-time construct. So this is another way you can come out of Kamaloka. If that food thing doesn't work, then you have to come through this. Is there any other way of doing it? Yes. You have to go to MN13, Mahadukka Khanda Sutta. That's perfectly gross, but it's good. For those people who can't understand subtle, they have to cut the gross. How? Buddha talks about adinava, danger in sensuality. He just first explains what is sensuality, and then he says the danger of sensuality is a huge list, all gross, from fighting to hitting to mother hitting son, son hitting mother, plundering, everything, rape to everything is because sensuality. Yeah. So all kind of immoral deeds happen due to sensuality, because sensual makes you to possess at that time. I need it. But I see somebody and then I need it. So I either beg, borrow, steal. I think stealing is easy. So that's how the stealing starts. Anyway, whichever way it works. Now I see the danger of sensual. And then adina nissarana, coming out of it. Sarana is to run, nissarana is to stop running. So to make it still, what do? He says, Kamachanda Pahana, cutting it. Kamachanda Vinaya, disciplining it. So how do you discipline? See the danger. This is another way. These are the only ways. What if this also fails? Then the conclusion is that the five senses are pretty strong. What it means. Taking the same America example. I land in America. I want to see places. I can't wait. So I keep on asking Avanti, where shall we go now? Now that I'm free, where shall we go? Where shall we go? Where shall we go? Eyes. So I'm very strong, meaning I want to see maximum. So it creates Udacha along with Kamachanda. If I can't see Vyapada. So she actually, I've never seen Niagara. I was hoping I would go to Niagara, but they have changed the venue. Saddens me a lot. I can't tell her that you broke my heart. I can't see Niagara. Okay. What happens? Niagara remains in my memory that I didn't go. List of places I couldn't go. Because for me, Niagara is real. Right? I missed it. But she's taking me somewhere which is better than Niagara, is what it is. But still, Niagara is, I missed it. So I don't want to miss it. What should I do? Either convince Avanti's family to go to Niagara or drop my idea of going to Niagara this time. If I drop my idea of going to Niagara this time, I had to again fly to America to see Niagara. What a pain. This danger I had to see. Then it drops. Because Niagara is created. Created means some waterfall, they named it Niagara, it doesn't matter. What if the water stops falling? What if there's a drought kind of situation? No waterfall. So what happens to Niagara? Dead. That's it. Done. What if it freezes? It does freeze in New York. So where's the waterfall? It's a frozen fall now. So should you visit Niagara? No. That means you're not going to go to Niagara. There's no Niagara to go there. If I do this much, it doesn't matter whether I am in Niagara or not in Niagara, because Niagara itself is not there. So what's the point in going to a place which doesn't even exist? Doesn't matter. So if they come up with a different plan, saying that we're not going to visit Niagara, no hurt feeling, no dukkha, because I'm not going to Niagara in the first place. Leave alone feeling bad about it, because the senses have not gone to Niagara Falls. By end of August, I would be watching videos on Niagara, how to go, of this, that, so many things, what to eat, where to do from her home, how far it is, and so many things, so many plans. This planning is going to go for a toss. And that's what hurts me. Not Niagara hurts me. This plan is quite disturbing that I couldn't go. Then Brooklyn River. It's just a river. It's just water. No Brooklyn inside the river. In the same way, no Statue of Liberty in Liberty. There's nothing called liberty to have a statue there. So if you keep on cutting like this, I come to only mud and nothing else. So all non-living beings turns to mud. And all living beings end up in food. And now it becomes easy. So what do? Enter into the fourth jhana and stay. What's the advantage? Equanimity. Because I can interact with the world without getting entangled with the world. Because language is entanglement. So if I'm in America, so I need to talk at least closer to what they speak. Let's say there's no need. I can speak Indian English. But let's say some courtesy kind or using the proper words. Like I and Bobby and Cheniel were going and I said something about aborigines and said, what? What did you say? And I said, what aborigines? Aboriginal. So then exaggerate. So like that. So this, but it's just language. But you have to properly say. Otherwise, you are mistaken. So now, exaggerate is how we are studying in the school versus exaggerate the way it should be said. Okay. Now, if I am hurt, it's because of exaggerate. You understand? Because somebody corrected me in saying, Vilasji, it is not exaggerate, it is exaggerate. How does it matter? It matters worldly, not to you. So, what should you say? Hey, I'm sorry. I will now say exaggerate. Done. No need for me to justify why I say the way I say. Because after saying exaggerate, what happens? Nothing happens. It's language. In the same way, Malayalam, yeah, you can speak. What's that? It's just a language. So there's no person. If I make Bobby Mallu and then I've made a personality. So then the problem starts. Now you have three choices. Deluded by the language, one. And he would say, your manager itself is a Mallu. I say, yes. She's anyway attended today, so I'm bringing it up. And then two is either you like it or you dislike it. There's only three choices. Because Malayalam becomes a living entity instead of a language. So then I count all the Malayalis in Bangalore. I feel there are too many people. And that does what? It brings in dvesha. Right? That's all it can bring now. If I don't like it. But if I know it's just a language, that's it. There's nothing to be brought and nothing to be hated. So that's it. So if Malayalam is not there, can there be a liking and disliking in my mind? No. So isn't that a nibbanic experience? Because the indriya are in sambara, they are guarded. So when I speak, I know it's just a sound. And when Bobby speaks, it's just a sound. Just a sound with a tone. That's it. Just a tone. So the tone can go up, down, whatever way it can go, but that shouldn't shake me up. Similarly, when I see Bobby, it's just food. There's no Malayali sitting there. Even if he's Malayali, so what? He's eating, right? Like we all had the same food. It didn't matter. So seeing is food. Hearing is just sound. Tasting, anyway, food. Touching, same, exactly the same. The experience of touching myself, my hand, this hand, versus touching Bobby's hand would be exactly the same. And if I touch another female, so-called female, the experience is exactly the same. No difference. Because female is a genetic statement than a person, or a gender statement, not genetic, gender statement. So I cut the genders. And that's it. No interest towards feminine, because there's nothing called masculine. Because this is created in the mind. I cut that. So if I cut that, then there is no experience. That means I'm seeing a woman, but there's no woman. I see only food. That's a fact. Because after we meet, where do we go? To have coffee or tea or some snacks or whatever. It's eating and drinking. Other than that, what would you do? Nothing. So now mind is pure, without blemishes, without these colorings, raga. So there is no raga. So I did abhyapada, removed it, and I also removed abhiccha. Now I'm perfectly fine for jhana. So if we can't get through the other routes, what we just mentioned, you can get it to looking at this room, making it space. That's it. The most easiest if you can do it, because every other element are inside space. If you can't do that, then do the Mahadukka Kanda Sutta way, because that's cross. If that doesn't work, then what should I do? Yes, there is another solution to it. Buddha has many solutions. Look at the Kayagata Sati Sutta in that charnel ground meditation. That's the last, beyond which you're disqualified. So then I did everything. I go back to Buddha saying that even here I felt sexually aroused. That means I went to a morgue or wherever. I went to a morgue. There's Victoria Hospital here. So somehow I got influenced, and then I went there. They took one dead body of a female, and I felt excited looking at her body. It actually shouldn't have, but it did. Now, what I should do in this life, nothing can be done. Just like there are doctors who rape a dead patient. Same, because they see something in a dead body still usable. I don't know how, but that's how it is. Kamachanda. That's it. That's the end of Indriya Sambar. So this one, we have to do it all the time, in all the situations, irrespective whether you're on the cushion or not on cushion. You're in a retreat, not on retreat. It's a full-time job. Any questions, anyone? Otherwise, we're done. I have a doubt. I have a question that maybe none of you would have done it. Yes, go ahead, Avanti.
This is not a question, but it reminded me of a recent example experience. Um, when we landed in Puerto Rico last week, like few days ago, um, my daughter is saying, Shreya, older one, she said, um, if someone tells me this is not Puerto Rico, this is Costa Rica, I I would say, okay, I'm in Costa Rica. If someone says, oh, you are in India, you landed in India, yeah, I would say, okay, I landed in India. What's the difference? And I tried to see it that way. That okay, yeah, that there is no difference. It could be India. It actually seemed like Konkan Pradesh in India. And I said,
Yes.
yeah, it is feels like this really feels like India. This feels like my hometown, my home city, and the way the place we. I mean the Mumbai airport, surrounding area of the airport. Yeah, it really feels like that. And you're right. Yeah, I can also buy it if someone says you landed in India or Florida, even anywhere. And I try to see it that way. When I saw it that way, removing the label, the entire story disappeared. No vacation, no family, no place. There was no story actually. I
Right.
mean, the entire experience um, fell off.
Yeah. So if you look at the coastal from Kerala to Konkan, it exactly looks the same. So there won't be any difference.
The girls were talking like it smells like India, it feels like India, the
Yeah, but it is in
temperature like India.
the only difference. The only difference is that Puerto Rico is in US than in India. That's but
Yeah,
if you see the land, no difference.
no difference.
The label is what changes than the land. The land is the land, and the soil is the soil. Mud is the mud. There's nothing that anybody can see United States in a mud. And same way, nobody can see India in a mud because mud is a mud.
Mhm.
So what you maximum see and make it up is mud and stone. So you can make mud, meaning mud getting solidified due to volcanic eruptions, turns itself into stone. So there's nothing called stone other than being mud. So if you pulverize the stone, it turns back to mud. And if you keep on pulverizing the mud, it becomes dust. So whatever I see as something is just dust. And that is called star dust, from which everything takes shape. So once upon a time, this body was in the star, meaning in a dissipated form, it was in a star, part of a galaxy. And from there, it moved out. So all the atoms which we see change based upon isotopes. And then if you see between the difference between hydrogen and helium, it's a number of atoms. Hydrogen turns helium if something gets added, and helium turns lithium if something gets added. Lithium becomes something, and then something, to oxygen, to fluorine, to argon, to neon, to krypton. Like that, it keeps on. You look at the periodic table, it's a real great learning tool to see that just one additional atom makes it different. So knowing chemistry and physics is a good thing to do. You'll at least see how this whole thing works, and on biology, basically. So no place is different except in the mind, because you name it and you feel it. So what Buddha is saying as sanya vedita nirodha is that you stop perceiving in the mind, so there's nothing to feel. What does mean is, if I am attached to Bobby, the Bobby is a symbol for this body, which is exactly having the same components as mine. So the attachment is towards the space occupied by a body. Now I disregard that, cut it, and see. I find no Bobby in truth and fact. It's like going to Puerto Rico when it doesn't exist. Spanish. Language is Spanish. It's not an English name, by the way. Something similar to many of the Australian names, which are not English either. So it is local name, and then it's there. So you can put whatever name you want. But just by putting a name, it doesn't become that. The original of the atoms exactly remains the same. It has the same nuclei, protons, neutrons, electrons. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is called as. And since I have this experience in the consciousness, I can again put another label called as bhanga, where people start running towards it, saying that even I want to have a bhanga experience. Basically, it means dissolution. Just get dissolved. For that, you don't have to take a cushion to see it. It's just there right now. So that's how you withdraw the senses, and then the senses get withdrawn. The result is bhanga, dissolution. So solidity is removed. And it is all the time. Good, Avanti. Thanks for sharing. And glad that your daughter is seeing that way, it will be interesting to talk to her when I'm there.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So, with all of these different combinations, given different names, we are free to go to either everywhere. Actually, it could be Niagara Falls or Buttermilk Falls. Wherever we want to go, we are free to go. We have
Yes.
time to go.
Yes, because there is no obligation that we have to go here only. And then that becomes a dukkha, this burden. So now, Avanti, I will be burdening you and Anirudh with taking me where I want. And your daughter will say, not Niagara again. We have seen so many times. And then why don't we go to Buttermilk Falls? So, what is the difference between Buttermilk Falls or like in Konkan region, you will find Dudh Sagar, right? That is another, that's milk falls. Buttermilk, milk, and Niagara. What difference does it make? It's just a waterfall. And water is H2O. So, what are we talking? And anyway.
That's what I said to her when she said, Niagara Falls, how many times? It's so boring. We go to the other place, okay? And we were laughing, looking at each other. Okay, she won't have to come with us. We'll go. Kind of, if we like to go, if Vilasar would like to go, we'll go anyway. She doesn't have to go with us. She can stay back.
No, we'll take her where she wants to go rather than to Niagara. Anyway, yes, Bobby, go ahead.
Vilashi, like last few days, we are talking about this Indriya Samvara, right? And I was going through that few words Buddha said in that sutta, Kaudilya Sutta, where it looks like it is very, very subtle, like it is the leaning towards pleasurable experience or, pushing away, slighting what is happening. See, even now, like I was just noticing, like when Avanti was speaking, that sound is coming and it is kind of a happy sound, like so that slight smile was coming in my face, so I think I noticed in everybody's face here. So is that also that slight leaning is happening in the mind because you heard a happy sound and you are smiling, and when you smile also this happens. So what is the interest of a person if he is so into this restraint? What is how like this mind works? Say you're talking about going here and there and everything. What is the interest in doing that? If that slight type of interest also not there.
Good question. Appreciate it. First thing, really appreciate you. Now, there are two kinds of smile, one driven out of senses, one driven without senses. There are two smiles. In Abhidhamma, since you have gone through Abhidhamma, there is one Chetasika, Hasit Utpada. The single Chetasika, standalone, if I could say. Okay. What it does is, when you are in Upekha, it brings out a rather weird smile, which is really a smile, but it is a real weird smile. That means smile without anything. Okay, that is the person, that's when you are in fourth jhana and you are smiling. That means you have completed Samma Samadhi. And like I and Avanti, we are talking on Buttermilk Falls versus Niagara Falls. In my mind, let's say if I'm in fourth jhana, there is no Niagara Falls created nor Buttermilk Falls created. There is no falls which is created. And hence, since there is no creation, smile is independent. There's still a smile. And the other person may not understand that this person is smiling without any dependency. Okay. Now we take the sensual side of it. That is, I like Niagara. And Avanti says, Buttermilk Falls, Vilasji, we'll go there. My daughter is saying, how many times we have to see that Niagara Falls? I'm tired of Niagara. but I have never seen Niagara. In fact, from 2006 onwards, I'm desperate enough to go to Niagara. 20 years have gone by. I've been landing in East Coast, not that I've landed today, but didn't get an opportunity. Now I feel cheated. But still I smile. Okay, Avanti ji, yeah, wherever, whatever she says. That sensual hurt turned into a smile. Just like most of the time what Veena does. She's hurt, but she tries smiling, laughing. And I tell her, don't do that, which I actually did it in Brisbane. I yelled at her because she is changing the hurt feeling into a smile or a laugh just to forget it. That's not right. That's just created. Like Chirag does that. When you're talking something, he just makes that laughing kind of sound. That is not equanimity. He's trying to evade that. Whatever is happening, he just want to distract. So then the topic goes elsewhere. Right? And that's fine. And there's nothing wrong in what he did. But that's not an equanimous stuff. You will see it when you are equanimous. So it's essentially driven either on the hatred side, meaning aversive side, or on liking. So when she says we will go to Buttermilk Falls, I immediately go on YouTube and search for Buttermilk Falls. I see that Buttermilk Falls coming like a piece, some white color piece kind of thing, where Niagara is huge. Actually, you can go in a boat and stand below it, and oh my goodness, I can't go this time. Avanti ji, this is not okay, but still I'll say, yeah, you are calling me Avanti ji, whatever you say, but deep within, I'm literally hurt. That's aversion. But I can still smile out of aversion. If somebody is clever enough, can pick that up, you're faking the smile. It's not genuine. So it's very easy. How do you know it's not genuine? Your eyes get fixated when you're not genuine. Because you're so concerned about it, your eyes fixated. If I see at the person's eyes, I can know this guy is faking it. He's faking the smile. He's hurt. You can really find that out. But not everybody can get into the eyes and read it. So it just goes unnoticed, but it gets fixated. Your eyes don't move at that moment because you're so engrossed in this that you force a smile or a laugh. Okay, Avanti ji, okay. But no, inside it is burning. I just can't. I just want to convince Shreya, her daughter, for my sake, let's go to Niagara, but don't tell your father and mother. And she says, okay, if you feel so, but okay, I remembered I have some assignments. So can I stay back at home? Now this becomes a problem. If she goes and tells that I asked her to go to Niagara is going to be an embarrassing moment for me. And if she stays back is an embarrassing moment for me. You know what I do? I laugh at it. Okay, no problem. Shreya, let's go to Buttermilk Falls. My shoulders are drooping. Looking at that, if somebody sees it drooping, he can say, caught you, Vilas ji, caught you in the act. You are having aversion. Yes. I don't know, did Bobby's question is over or what? So there are two kinds of smiles. Please remember that. And in many suttas, Buddha explains that. In fact, Moggallana is known to do that. He, in the one sutta where he ridicules Sakka, when he's showing Vajayanti Palace, he has that weird smile. He's telling to Sakka, you're saying Vajayanti Palace you built? I can shake this up in a second. There's a sutta for that. And then he comes and asks, what did Buddha teach? Then Sakka comes back to senses and says, E dhamma nalam abhinivesaya. And that's a smile. And Buddha smiles a lot like that. In Ananda asks, why do you smile like this? And then there's an answer to that. So that is one smile, and this is another. What we are talking is a sensual smile.
Yeah, Jashi, like when you say that something is, when you don't like it, you can fake that smile and do that. But something, when you like it,
again the smile comes.
Yeah, again the smile comes. Then how we know that is it actually he's liking it and he's not an equanimous?
Liking means that the eyes are normal. The disliking means eyes are fixed. You should know how to study the eyes. Bobby, next time around, I will teach you how to study eyes, or when you're here in Bangalore.
Thank you.
You should be a clever person to see the eyes and not stare at it. Neuro-linguistic programming, that's what she's written there, NLP means. So yeah, it is beyond that actually. See, there are three places where you can understand the person, Bobby. One is here, one is here, and one is here. All your expressions, all your emotions are either here or here or here. If your face becomes like this, it means aha, like that. You understand? He's talking. He just will be doing like this. That means, what's so great? You can catch it. At that moment, his eyes will turn this way. You should be so sharp looking at this and these two. He's caught. The chitta is caught. That's a chitta of skepticism, aversion, both. You stop explaining to that person. Don't explain further. It's a waste of time. Just stop. Go ahead. Don't give food. If you don't, you keep on explaining. And he'll keep on. You see some people will be doing like this. Stop.
No point in continuing conversation.
No point, because he is ridiculing you inside.
Yeah. He's not listening. He's just arguing in the mind.
Forget not listening. He is ridiculing you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another. If somebody is very anxious, stop. You're putting him in a lot of anxiety. If somebody is irritated, he'll start rubbing himself. Tell me, sir. Okay. And he becomes tightened. Leave him alone. Like that, there are so many different behavioral things in your face.
So, Rashi, you have given few examples of how the facial things changes and for maybe in the negative emotions. But how you say a few examples of that, the really liking and equanimity?
99.999999997 we are behind dukkha. So maximum time we are showing negative emotions only. Nobody shows positive emotions. They don't even know.
For example, they like something and they say that,
you remove that object. Now we'll take this example of Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls make me happy, not the person taking me to Niagara Falls. I care a damn whether Avanti takes me or her daughter takes me, her husband take me, because I want to be Niagara. Does that matter? Like, Bobby, we wanted to go to Sunshine Coast. Do I really matter? Does it matter whether Marin takes me or you take me or Ashley takes me or Animal drives me there? Would it matter to me?
I don't know, because maybe the people accompanying also makes a difference.
No
right?
way. Hey, when you want it, you will get it, or you will go on your own. You know what I'm going to say? Bobby, you said only 50 cents to take the bus ride and the train and all that. Bobby, I'm thinking of exploring myself. What would you say? Okay, go ahead, Vilasji. You can do that. And you will tell me everything about how to go, what to do, which station to get down, blah, blah, all that. I'm desperate. I don't care what you say. Because my dukkha is not reaching Sunshine Coast. Maruchi River, I want to go and sit below the bridge, like a London Bridge and Maruchi River, and do what? I don't know. Bobby, for that I'm going to go 150 kilometers, going from coast to coast. For what? Do I care much about you, Bobby? Because we all are selfish. We will never. And you are happy with a purpose. If you remove the purpose, happiness is gone because you're dependent. So nobody really enjoys company. They enjoy company because they get something out of that company. As long as you keep on feeding them with that, everything looks good. They smile, but this fake one, they are not genuine. They absolutely are not genuine. Otherwise, the movie In Pursuit of Happiness wouldn't have come. Nobody is happy. Nobody means no one, including your wife and children. Never. It's a transaction. As long as you're a supplier, there's customer. You remove the customer, supplier has too much to offer, nobody to take. Same thing with teacher and student. Without student, there's no teacher. You just remove one link, other breaks.
Yeah, see, I asked this question not about like mainly about others, also it is about myself also, are you really, equanimous, or are you getting happy with some company, some people, or some,
Yes, you are yet to get into equanimity. That much I can tell you. There is a typical look of equanimity. I don't know how much of equanimity you have seen in me, even though I've stayed with you. The day you find that out, I will tell you how to work on that. Let me give you an assignment and see whether you can find equanimity in me. Irrespective of how I speak, how I show my expression, how I do whatever fun things. But you have to find equanimity in me, in my face. Not me means this. Just take this face and tell me, do you find equanimity? If you genuinely find it, it's very easy in my case to find.
No, actually, one thing I can say, I didn't see a slight bit of irritation in you, But other side, you're really like something, or you're economist, I don't know. So that, but this thing, like irritation part, there is, I have not seen zero, completely zero.
Yes, that's fine. But now we attack the other side. Okay, irritation is not there. Good news. What about this? Is it genuine when I say, let's go to Niagara Falls or Sunshine Coast or Buttermilk Falls or New York Statue of Liberty, etc.? Is there a happiness driven by the Statue of Liberty, or is just a show of expression? If it is show of expression, that is fine, because that's how it should be. And that's what equanimity would be. Meaning there's no aversion of not going there, and there's nothing to attract also. Meaning, if she asks me, if Avanti asks me, Vilasji, my daughter Shreya says we should go to Buttermilk Falls. I can't be showing a gloomy face saying that, Avantiji, whatever, okay, if they, interesting place, so you can go. That doesn't make sense. That means that not okay, right? It's not assertive. So if she says that, I think we should go to Buttermilk Falls, I say, oh yeah, why not? That chanda should be there. That is chanda as a iddipada. That has to be there. You can't exclude that. So chanda iddipada. So that should be there. So with that chanda, I'm showing interest. I'm saying that, yeah, I think we should. Like when Sulabha and her husband proposed that we drive 1,100 miles to Florida from New York, I said, yes, we should. I would love to be in the car. They said that, are you sure that you can sit in the car that long? I said, I can. Absolutely fine with me. Just for this sake, don't book a flight ticket from New York to Florida and then Florida to Dallas. We'll go on a drive because they both want to drive. Now, I can say, driving, okay, fine. That's unfair because I'm aversive. Or driving, wow, that's great. No, that's this side. That's Kamachanda. Both are Kamachanda. Equanimity is that I'm looking at the pain they're taking. They're not only calling me to their house, they're trying to book a flight ticket, ensuring that I don't feel tired. So they're saying that after the retreat, we'll book a flight ticket for you from New York to Florida. I said, no, we'll go by car. How would you prefer to go? They said car. Then car. But are you sure you can sit the 1,100 miles? I said, yeah, that's fine. I told about you that the first tour of ours where I drove in Australia, I said, I have Bobby and he doesn't want to drive and he gives me the car and I drive. I said, not an issue. I'm fine. I don't feel tired either of driving. So shouldn't tire me out by sitting in the car and we drive and drive and drive till we reach Florida. We can go on the East Coast. Absolutely fine. Then they said, yeah, I think we prefer driving. You see, they came back with that. They prefer driving and they were going looking at my comfort. So should I look at my comfort or should I look at their comfort? I look at their comfort than my comfort. Because they are doing so much for me. So I'll go by road. And I even told them there are bunkers where we are staying. I said, I don't mind sleeping in a bunker, so you don't have to give me a room. I don't require. I can even sleep on the floor. Don't keep all of these jazzy things. It's all about sleeping. Doesn't matter where I sleep. No separate room for me. That room can be used by anyone. There's bunkers. I can go up and sleep. So that's equanimity. I'm not feeling aversive. I'm not feeling excited either. Bunker, wow. No, bunker? You mean to say I'm going to sleep in a bunker? Not for me, but I'll say, okay, whatever it makes sense to you. I'm sure they're going to give me a room as a teacher. But just, hovering over, say, anything will do for me. If somebody is studying, the voice, the tone, and the eyes can see that this bugger wants a room. He's pretending to sleep on the floor. If I was that person, I would have said, Vilasji, I'm giving you a floor. I think we all will sleep on the floor. That brings aversion instantaneously in his face. I can see whether he has equanimity or not. Instantly, I can see, this face like this, right? It becomes like a dog brooding face. Okay, and then I say, Avantiji, whatever you feel. And that poor Avantiji now has to think, oh, we are making him sleep down. He seems to be not okay, but others are not accepting. So much load on that poor lady. Instead, I don't care where I sleep. I can even sleep outside on a sleeping bag, which we couldn't do, Bobby, when I was there. It would have been fun sleeping on. I take a sleeping bag and sleep. It's just all about sleeping, right? How does it matter? So, my way of looking at equanimity, which you have seen at your house, is make sure your presence is not felt. That's how I see it. I don't know how you see it, but that's what I would do. In the 21 days, I guess I did not make my presence felt. I don't know. You want to tell me?
No, yes, definitely. I feel like that because see now you're our teacher and showing by example. That's why maybe we are observing you a lot. That's the reason.
You should. You go by the Kalama Sutta. You should investigate. Don't just take now this situation where we are supposed to sleep on the floor or on the bunker or driving or whatever that is. This is a situation. Now, in this situation, how this teacher is going to perform? See, we had chosen one another place, Bobby. It was beautiful one, huge. And yesterday, they shot down that nice looking place for a smaller place. It's not bad.
No, sir. No, sir. We booked Ocean Township actually, the bigger one that you the first one. We booked the Ocean Township.
But I was looking at that. What's that?
No.
Okay,
No.
fine. Whatever.
It didn't work out. The dates are not available. So
I see. Okay. Then it's fine. So whatever. So they had chosen one, and then we went for another one, which didn't make any difference to me. And in fact, it were bunkers. I would have slept or whatever it is. It's fine. Doesn't matter. But that one, what we had seen was pretty good, pretty nice. Okay. Now let's say my heart goes there. Okay. I'm already in that mood. It's literally Kamachanda. So the face glows because of that. And she shows another photograph and say, Avantiji, not this one. If I'm very close to Avantiji, then I'll say, not this one. Like now I'm very close with Chirag, I can say, Chirag, ye nahi yaar, ye nahi karte. That means not this one. Because I'm friendly. But if I had not known Chirag, that means I'm very far away, and then I will put it in a different way. I think you should, this one. Why we use all this, is because I want my thing known. So, and after a few seconds, again, another, unless that other person says, yes, boss, I understood. Because I'm trying to convince, why am I doing this? So we are very clever in using language to put our tone into it. But otherwise, if you're equanimous, you don't require so many you-knows there. Another one more and another and another. That's not required. I don't know, boss. What do you mean by you know? So we use these phrases, words, sentences as emotions drive them. So equanimity is one thing where you don't have that emotional thing. You just accept to what is given. No negotiation required. It's fine. Done. Thank you, Lata. Bye. Yes, Bobby.
No, I think that's clear, Balaji.
Okay, no worries. Aryu had raised a hand and I don't know where he went, and Chirag is only the shirt is seen, nothing else other than that.
Sorry, I have to tend to Luke, but I have a quick question regarding if I have 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess so from back to the Kundalini Sutta, right? He said about the positive side, you have to do this na abhijati, na abhihamsati, na ragam janeti. So my question is, so this teaching of seeing things as food or mud, is that a result of doing those three things, or those three things are a result of seeing things as mud or food, or go both ways?
See, the three things, what he's saying is a starting point for the next three things, right? So to do that, you have to find a strategy, and the strategy is given in two suttas. One is Dveda Vitakka Sutta, two kinds of thoughts, you divide it, that's one way. Another one is a Pasar, is a sutta where he uses how the aging can be used for your looking at it, right? So whichever way it works. So na abhihamsati, hamsati is delighting. Like, if I go to Niagara Falls, it's delighting. I can't wait much. You know what? 5 months is 4 months now. From May 1st, 4 more months left to reach New Jersey. And the day I land New Jersey, I'm waiting. When do we go? When do we go? And her husband Anirudh will say, Vilas ji, what do you think? Should we drive to Niagara Falls today? Mentally, I'm feeling so pleased that we should go. But then you have to use this business dynamics, and they say, why are you taking so much trouble and all that? Fun. Okay, I'll just make this up. Because there is delighting. What if there is no delight? So there's no ragam janeti. That means the raga doesn't get generated, doesn't get created. Because I did not do the first one itself, which is na abhijati. Yes.
So I guess maybe one way to look at it is that these three things, it's the three check marks you should check yourself against, and there are different ways to achieve that.
Absolutely. You should keep on checking. Like when a situation arises, you should check. Like when I meet you and Chirag in October, and then let's say we go to Yosemite. That's one place which we had not gone. So how about driving there? And we all agree to go there. Yosemite was, suggested by me, but everyone agreed. Or you suggest, or Chirag suggests that I think we should drive to Yosemite, and then we go there. Now, Chanda is fine, but shouldn't turn into Kama Chanda. That means if by chance Chirag cancels in the last moment, saying that we can't go to Yosemite, shit, man, that thing shouldn't come. But I'm smiling. No problem, Chirag. I think, next time, it's fine. Then you see how I'm going to play with words. Chirag, you shouldn't, if somebody is smart enough, you say, why are you using so much You don't have to convince me. You just said once, it's fine. That's it. And when I add I'm trying to see if there is something, some way out. And then Chirag says, if you guys want to go, I'm fine with it. Just, it's, I'm very happy that this thing is, I'm still going to Yosemite. I say, Chirag, wish you were there, it would have, you're so good. Is there a way you can again join us? He said, no problem. I have some work. So you guys can go. I'm fine with it. Are you sure, Chirag, that we can drop you and go? Mentally, I'm feeling even more relieved. I'm still going to Yosemite. Okay, so now he says, yeah, I'm fine. Now I latch on to you, Ariel, like a parasite. Till we go to Yosemite, I can't relax. Then you come up with a strange excuse. Luke doesn't want to go to Yosemite because we just went last week. Shit, this also didn't happen. Right? And that turns itself into Manku. Because without Yosemite, I can't live. At that moment, because that's where my heart is. So I want Yosemite back. And then you say, we'll go to Hoover's Dam. It doesn't bind me because I've seen Hoover's Dam. I have seen that. I've seen this. I've seen Las Vegas. I don't want to, I want to go to Seattle and all these places. Yosemite. Because I'm stuck with that word Yosemite. See, if you both take me to Golden Gate Bridge this time, will I be excited? Going or not going doesn't matter because I've already seen Golden Gate Bridge and we go 10 times now to Golden Gate Bridge. I don't take my phone and take that bridge video any longer because it is digested, it's gone. Yosemite. I can't forget Yosemite. And you can see that this shines out of Kamachanda, this place. You should see that. For everyone, it happens. There's a nice puffed up thing when they're excited on Kamachanda. Let's say I go to Florida and Disney World. Disney World, you see this just that's driven out of Kamachanda.
Thank you. I have to go. Thank you.
So that's how we need to, this is face reading or whatever you want to call it. Basically, that's what it means. Because all our expressions are on this face, because the senses are on the face. So everything gets projected on the face. Yes, Chirag, go ahead.
Just a quick question. So I think you sometimes say that you're looking into eyes, right? So do you generally
Not sometimes,
mean,
all the time.
okay, but do you generally mean it's more like body language eyes or like looking into the soul?
There's no soul or bowl or whatever. You just
No, I guess what I meant was I think you're able to look into the chitta, right? By looking into the eyes.
see, the eyes are the index of the mind. When you say mind, means the movement of everything, whatever you're feeling is sensed in the eyes. So when I see your eyes, I can go to all extent in seeing what's happening inside you. Okay. And also that shows up on your face, on your lips, on your nose, and everywhere. So it
Right.
becomes hard to escape.
But then the instructions I think you were giving in this, let's say, in this talk, I think they were more on body language, right? Not on.
No. I never meant that. Body language, because she used a thing called NLP, neuro linguistic programming, which is more of understanding the body language, which makes sense because then you know the people, what they speak and what they actually mean. You can see both of them. But as far as the Dhamma, what Bobby is asking on equanimity versus sensual smile or whatever it is, that gets depicted here when there is sensual on both sides here, because there's, you feel blushed out and the ears becomes red little bit. You see a layer of pinkness coming here, and there's a rush of blood on the lower lips. Even though their lips might be black, doesn't matter. Okay. If it's no Kamachanda, then there is no rush of blood anywhere. So the ears doesn't turn red and this doesn't blow up. And if there's a genuine smile, it's contagious. If it is a fake smile, which is related to sensuality, if somebody is smart enough, can notice that his smile is related to that object, including the girl, let's say. To possess the girl, his smile comes. It's not genuine. See, I say, what a pretty face. Actually, what I'm meaning is the face, not the person. It's more edible to me. So I'm going beyond this face reading technique because I'm answering to what Bobby had asked. No problem. So if our meeting is for Yosemite, it's very clear, sensual. If our meeting is to meet, is also sensual. Because it depends on Aryu and Chirag and Vrinda and Tina and this and that, and it's all sensual. Because if one person cannot meet, that's a aversion. You meet without conditions at all, but still meet. And that's genuine. That's equanimity. Because that drives no expectations. Would that make sense? Then this will not happen. Then this face turns into a genuine catching face without any obligations. So you can see the other person, if he's really truly like that, always happy because there is no condition to be happy. Otherwise, it's all conditioned. Like it can be for Niagara Falls or Yosemite or this or that, or maybe Costco or whatever that is. Or your new car, Tesla, which I have not driven, and then I'm desperate to drive Tesla. And the moment I land in San Francisco, I'm waiting that when will you say, Vilas, do you want to drive my new car? Oh, yeah, why not? You should immediately take a picture. This goes up. And you should see how I'm driving Tesla car. Like a small child given a toy and I'm just driving. And then you should just keep on watching. What is he driving?
And I think you should watch my expressions while you're driving the Tesla.
No, that's like secondary. But when I drive Tesla, I'm literally enjoying it, which is sensual. Not that I shouldn't be driving Tesla, not that I shouldn't be sitting inside Tesla. That would be aversion. There's no Tesla. There's no car either. It's just a transport. So just turning this body go from place A, airport, place B, which is Milpitas or Mountain View or wherever that is, and that's it. And then there is no hindrance. I can just, if you say, I think you should drive the car, fine. I don't think so you should drive the car, fine. It doesn't matter whether I drive the car or doesn't drive the car. Otherwise, I'll start looking forward to driving the car. The moment I land from Dallas to San Francisco, the first thing I want to see is your car. But unfortunately, you come with Ariu. Not again. I've already gone in his car. I can't wait till we reach Ariu's home.
Yeah, maybe you and I need to rent like a Hummer or something to pick you up.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, why? You can take a limousine, why Hummer? Anyway, so the sky is a limit on sensuality because senses keeps on going out. So the moment you bring Hummer, it goes out. The moment you bring in limousine, it goes out. It doesn't see that it's just a transport to transport this body from place A to place B. Then it doesn't matter. Once you see this, it turns equanimous. Then it will be shown in the eyes. There's no redness in the ear, nose, lips. It's just calmed. Not that I don't recognize it is Tesla. No, it is Tesla or whatever it is, Hummer or whatever it is, but no excitement. And that's good way of living. That's for Janna, basically. Because now you're not in Kamachanda, you're not in anywhere else. So doesn't matter what you bring. We can even go by bus from San Francisco or whatever to Mountain View. Okay. Should we end then? All good. So tomorrow we then look at if we practice like this, what happens? What would you get? Fine. All right. Good night. I think Avanti is already past 12:30 plus, I guess. It's early morning for her. Bye then. Good morning and very, very good morning and good night and good afternoon. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.